Businesses need to be aware of their stakeholders, as many of them will be affected by its activities. Stakeholders are groups or individuals with an interest in the actions of a business. Examples of stakeholders are shareholders, owners, customers, employees, pressure groups, suppliers, the local community, managers, and the government. These are the 8 main types of stakeholder. Stakeholders will have an interest in the actions of a business, but they may not all want the same outcome. They are affected by the activity of the business. It's important to note that a shareholder is a type of stakeholder. Not every stakeholder is a shareholder. There are internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. Internal stakeholders are individuals or groups within a business who are directly and/or financially involved in the operational process. Examples are shareholders and owners, employees, and managers. External stakeholders are those who are outside of a business but are somehow affected by the actions of the business. Examples are the local community, pressure groups, the government, suppliers, and customers. Let's look at what the different stakeholders want, what their different interests are. It's important to understand this. A business won't be able to satisfy all stakeholder needs, but they should be aware of them and try and understand the motives that they have. Shareholders, owners. The owners of a business are not the same for all businesses. For a sole trader, there is one owner who would normally work in the business. The same would apply for partners in a partnership. In the case of limited companies, shareholders are the owners of the business. Most shareholders in large companies are not involved in the day-to-day running of the business. They are investors that have a financial interest in the business. Shareholders want a steady return on their investment. They want to be rewarded in terms of dividends. They want regular and high dividends. They want to know that their investment in the business does not lose value. They would want the business to be making a profit. Shareholders also care about the share price because they own shares, and if they want to sell their shares, they want to be able to receive a good price for them. Both owners and shareholders are interested in the business growing and being successful. Employees. Employees are internal stakeholders as they work for the business. Employees depend on businesses for their livelihood. Most employees have one source of income and rely on the business for this. Employees want job security. They do not want to have to worry about their job being at risk. They want to be paid well and for this income to be regular. Employees also want to feel safe at work and have good working conditions. They also want to have the prospect of promotion within the business. So if they choose to, they are able to advance. Managers. Managers have to show leadership, make decisions, solve problems, and motivate workers. They are responsible for their actions and the actions of their subordinates, and are accountable to senior management. Managers want bonuses and success. They might also want to work for a credible company, a company with a good reputation. They will want a good salary and some form of job security. The local community. The local community includes people that live or are located in the area around the business. The local community may be looking for employment in their local area. If the business does well, then the community may benefit too, as employment might lead to overtime opportunities and higher pay. Some of this money earned by people in the local community will be spent in other businesses within the local community, such as cafes and restaurants and cinemas. So, an interest for the local community is employment. They want job creation. They also want the business to be acting in a socially responsible way and not cause harm to the environment. They want the business to avoid noise and air pollution, minimal pollution in general. Pressure groups. Pressure groups are organised groups with similar opinions and aims that attempt to influence actions. They want to increase awareness of their cause, whether this is for a business such as a supermarket to reduce the plastic packaging they use, or for all supermarkets to close on Boxing Day during the pandemic as recognition of the hard work that the supermarket staff had undertaken during that time. Pressure groups want to influence and increase awareness of their cause, and they want to influence business actions. Here is an example of one of their successful campaigns and the impact on business activity. So Marks and Spencer's did in fact close on Boxing Day and recognised the hard work that their staff had undertaken during the pandemic. Examples of ways that pressure groups might increase awareness of their cause might be a media campaign, and it could also be protesting as well. The government. The government want businesses to be successful and create employment, as this means that more people are in work and paying taxes, as well as the business paying taxes. This will create revenue for the government to spend on areas such as health and education. With more people in work, it would mean that the government would be paying out less in state benefits. The government also want to see prosperous businesses that take full responsibility, are considerate of the environment, and do not cause excessive damage to the environment. Suppliers. This is a business that supplies goods and services to another business. They will want the business to grow. They want frequent and regular orders and prompt payment. This helps manage their cash flow. They want to know the business is financially stable. Suppliers also want fair prices from the business for the products that they are selling to them. They do not want to have to chase a business for payment of the order that's been made or orders. They also want to feel valued by the business that they supply the orders to. Customers. Customers buy the goods and services that businesses sell. Through their purchases, they provide revenue and profit for the business. They want to see a business continue in operation. Customers want the business to offer choice in their product range, so they have options to choose from. They want a business to produce good quality products, and they also want value for the money that they spend. Customers would also want good customer service. All stakeholder groups will have an impact on a business. However, some will have more of an impact than others, which means they will have more power and influence on the activities of a business. Shareholders and owners. Owners have the most impact as they make decisions about various business activities and also provide funding for the business to be able to start up and grow. Shareholders also have an influence on the objectives of a business. Managers. Managers that are part of the operational, day-to-day activities are next and also have an impact on business decisions and activities as they make recommendations and decisions that impact on these business activities. Employees may have less power and influence on business activity. However, they are able to affect the business activity by not working as well as they should be or refusing to work. The local community. The local community can support businesses by buying their goods and services. If the business acts in a negative way, then the local community could protest or complain to the local authority about the business activities. Pressure groups. Pressure groups may influence the activities of businesses to behave more ethically. The government. The government can impact and have power and influence on a business in terms of laws, regulations and taxes it sets. Suppliers. Suppliers can have a huge impact on businesses if they are to change the quality of the product or if there are delays in what the business receives. Then this can cause issues for the business. Customers. The customers buy goods and services and can give feedback and reviews on how businesses can improve them. These reviews and even posts on social media can be very influential on the activities of a business. As different stakeholders have differing objectives, needs and wants, sometimes conflict arises through business decisions. Let's take a look at stakeholder conflict. We'll take a look at some business decisions and how it may cause stakeholder conflict. Scenario 1, a business decides to open up an additional store. If a business decided to open up an additional store, owners and pressure groups may conflict. Owners will want the store to be open because they're seeking to maximize profits, whereas pressure groups may protest against the new store if they felt it went against their cause. For example, if they felt the new store would increase pollution, as customers would be driving to and from the new store, which could increase air pollution. Another scenario that might cause stakeholder conflict could be if a business decides to increase the prices of their goods and services. Two stakeholder groups that would conflict here are shareholders and customers. So the shareholders want to maximize profits in order for them to have higher dividends, so they may very well be in favor of the increase in price. Whereas the customers, they want lower prices and value for money. So there's a distinct conflict there. Can you think of any other conflicts?